Hi everyone, so for today's video I'm going to be doing a little first impression and a tutorial on an eyeshadow palette I picked up. I've done a few of these videos and I quite enjoy doing them myself. They've been pretty popular and I just kind of like getting a palette mostly from the drugstore and trying it out because I am quite used to my higher end eyeshadows. I do love them and I like to try and pick up a few drugstore ones and see what they're like and, you know, kind of give you guys a bit of an idea of what's out there as well. So the palette I'm trying out today is from Catrice. It's the Chocolate Nudes palette. Now I have had this palette in my press for months. I think I got it like a week or two after it came out because I seen it on their Instagram and their Facebook and I really liked the look of it. So once it came out I did pick it up, but I put it away and I forgot like an idiot. And then once I spotted it the other day I was like, I was meant to do a video on this. Like I haven't used it yet. I think I've swatched one or two colours, but hopefully it's a good one. I did do a video a few months back that was requested on the Catrice Absolute Matte palette and I loved it. I was so shocked when I used it. I thought it was absolutely amazing for the price and I actually ended up using it, I think it was 3 or 4 times in a row after that for my night out makeup. Like whenever I was going anywhere I brought it with me and I did just like a matte smoky eye with some liner and lashes and it lasted brilliantly. I thought it was amazing and I love using it even now, incorporating it into my looks and stuff. So I do have quite high hopes for this, so hopefully this palette is just as good as the matte one. The shades in this are really nice. It's a mix of shimmer and matte as opposed to obviously the matte one had just all matte, so if you were into shimmer you would have had to, you know, use a different palette. But this one is obviously called the Chocolate Nudes palette and it has 6 shadows and I think this palette retails at $4.99, but I will leave the price down below. As I said, I did buy this a while back so I can't actually remember, but it is affordable anyway. It's drugstore. Catrice is always great quality and great prices. So in terms of the shades, I think there's a really nice variety. You can go from daytime to nighttime. I feel like they do that a lot with these palettes, which is quite important if you are going to be traveling with this palette. You want something that you can wear during the day and the nighttime. So this has 3 shimmer shadows and then it also has 3 matte eyeshadows, so that's a good selection. Straight off you have your transitions and your highlights and your shimmers. So what they have is a matte shimmery white eyeshadow, so obviously you could use that on the lid, you could use it on the inner corner, you could use it on the brow bone, you could even use it as a face highlight. I feel like with this shade you could definitely get away with this as a face highlight. Then you also get a matte cream eyeshadow, so again same idea, you could use it on the lid, you could use it on the inner corner, on the brow bone, and it will just give you a matte highlight as opposed to a shimmer. Then they also give you a matte brown eyeshadow, which straight off would be your transition colour. You could also use this on the lid and do a matte eye with this palette, but I would typically wear it in the crease and, you know, on the lower lash line to smoke it out and stuff. They also give you a shimmery kind of rich brown colour and it has some gold reflex in it, so again you could use that on the lid or on the outer V. Then they also give you a kind of shimmery almost rose gold, but it's a bit more on the bronzy side, which is a gorgeous shimmery shade. Again you could use it on the lid or on the outer V, depending on what eye look you're going to do. And then finally my favourite shade is this matte rich chocolate brown. It is gorgeous and it's what caught my eye when I heard about the palette and seen it online and stuff. It's just like a really rich chocolate brown, but it has like red undertones to it and I really like it and I'll most definitely be using that today. I think I'll try and incorporate all the shades just to see what they're all like, just give them all a little bit of a test. I'm not really sure what I'm going for yet, but we will see how we go step by step. Hopefully it will turn out pretty decent because I'd like to create a look using just these shadows so that if you have this palette or you're planning on picking it up, then you can use it. So I'm going to get into the tutorial. So before I start the tutorial I am just going to do a few swatches just so you guys can kind of see what the shadows are like, see what the pigmentation is like, and just so I can kind of get a feel for the shadows before I use them. So starting with the first shade, it is the white shimmery highlight shade. I'll insert a few pictures now if I can, just so you can kind of get a better view, because I know the ring light tends to wash some of the shadows out a little bit. Next shade is this kind of matte cream skin tone shade. So far both pretty well pigmented. I've a bit of tan on so you can see the lighter shades a little bit better, thank God. Next shade is this cool toned matte brown. So far not as pigmented as the other shadows. I did have to work my finger into the pan a little bit, but still pretty nice. Next shade is the shimmery brown shade, which is really, really nice. So far the shimmery ones are quite creamy and pigmented. Next one is the kind of shimmery rose gold bronzy one. This is definitely the most pigmented out of the lot so far. Really, really nice and shimmery and creamy. Then finally that is the rich chocolate brown shade. Again, one of the more pigmented out of the 6. So that is them there. I'm not sure how in focus my camera stayed during those few clips there, but that is them right there. But as I said, I'll take a picture and insert it now. So for the eye look, I'm beginning with priming my lids as always, and then I'm taking the matte cream shade from the palette and I'm going to set the primer using this just to make sure that it's nice and smooth so that the eyeshadows blend on top. I'm taking the matte brown shade and this is going to be our transition colour, so I'm just taking a fluffy blending brush from Crown Brush. Now this shade did have to be built up, so I had to go in a few times and kind of build it up, but it did build up eventually, it just took a little bit longer. Then I'm taking the chocolate brown shade, which was my favourite from the palette. Really, really liked it, really pigmented, and I'm placing this into the crease to just define it more, and then I go back in with the previous brush and make sure that it's not harsh and just give it a little extra blend. Then I'm taking the darker brown shimmery colour, and this is going to be placed on the outer third and inner third of the eye to create a spotlight eye. So I'm keeping the centre of the lid free, and that's where I'm going to pack on the rose gold shade, and I'm just using my finger for this. Then I'm mixing these two shades and just re-intensifying the outer third, inner third and crease area, and then I intensified the rose gold again. Then I'm just giving everything a blend and I'm going in with the white shimmery shade, and this is just going to be our brow highlight. Then for the lower lash line, I'm taking the matte brown shade I first went in with, then I go in with the chocolate brown shade and smoke that onto the lower lash line, and then I took the shimmery rose gold shade and I just popped that onto the center of the lower lash line. Then I applied an Isadora brown liner to the lower waterline, and I also placed this along my top lash line, and then I went in with some of the chocolate brown shadow onto a brush and smudged that out. Then I took some of the liner on that small brush again and just kind of applied it to the root of the lower lashes just to define the eyes a little bit more. Then I just give everything a blend and curled my lashes and applied some mascara. So the one I'm using is the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes So Couture mascara, and I just applied a few coats to top and bottom. Then I'm taking the white shimmery shade again, and this is going to be my inner corner highlight. And that is basically the look. Is the look I created using the palette. Now after using it, I will say that the lighter brown, the lighter matte brown, isn't that pigmented. You do have to build it up, sadly. It just takes a little bit more time, but it can be built. My favourite one is definitely the rich chocolate, the most pigmented out of the whole palette. Really, really nice. The rest of the shades are actually pretty good too. I think this look is quite nice. Again, you wouldn't get that many looks out of this palette because there is only 6 shades. Same with the matte, you wouldn't get many different looks, but it is a pretty nice look. And I mean, you could add liner and lashes and make it more dramatic, or you could do a really nice matte eye with this, I would say. But I just tried to use all the different shadows today to create a look, which I did. Overall, I actually think the palette is really, really nice. I would nearly buy it just for that chocolate shade alone. I really, really like it, and it's definitely very, very pigmented and very nice. I think they all blended quite nicely as well. Actually, now that I mention it, I didn't have to do too much blending. The eye look only took me, I'd say, less than 5 minutes to actually do. So really easy and simple, and that's what I will say about these Catrice palettes. I do find that they are really easy to blend, and you know, shadows aren't very pigmented, but it does make the blending a lot easier on you, I find. And overall I really like that palette, and I will definitely give it another few trials and see what it's like, and I might pop like a blog post or mention it in a favorites video or something very soon, but I definitely think that it is worth the €5 and I really like it. So I'm just about to film another video quickly, and I just wanted to show you the eye look with liner, and I have 2 outer corner lashes on each side, the pennies individual ones, the longer ones. I have 2 on the outer corner of each eye, and that just makes it a little bit more dramatic. So I just quickly wanted to show you that before the end of the video. So as always, if you did enjoy this video, then please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my videos. If you have any palette suggestions on, you know, palettes you'd like me to do a video on, like this one, then don't hesitate to let me know. You can let me know in the comments below, or you can contact me on my social media links, which are all in the down bar below. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.